Today?
Who's here on Yvette Martinez?
That's good.
All right, you're welcome. Court is calling 2023 CR 1876, State of Texas versus Yvette Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Salem.
Defense?
Glenn Payne for the defense.
All right, and are you Miss Martinez?
Yes.
All right, we are here for you to, you're requesting a bond be set, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with the district attorney's office.
Well, let's start here. Why does she need a bond to be set?
You know, she currently has gotten a employment with Conduit. It's a.
No. Why is she in custody? That's
She has an MTR.
all right, so she has a motion to revoke.
Yes.
All right. So you're requesting a bond. And let me see. Is she on deferred?
No, Your Honor, she's on regular probation.
All right, so she's on regular probation, so technically she is not entitled to a bond. So I'll hear whatever evidence you want to present. State, have you had a chance to review the motion for bond?
Yes, sir.
And are you ready?
Bond. Yes, sir.
Motion for a bond? And are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
All right, do you have any objections to a bond being set? All right.
Yeah, I just have argument to the court or statement to the court.
Sure.
Spoke with the district attorney's office. We've agreed a $20,000 bond if that's acceptable to the court, of course. Miss Martinez is the mother of 2 children. She just recently got employment with Conduit, which is a
Telemarketing.
she's been working there. She hasn't been employed very long, just a month or so, correct?
Yes, sir.
So she's spoke with her employers. They understand she's trying to do this so she can get back to work. She's actually scheduled to work this weekend. This is why we came into the court this morning. There are some issues that I do need to do research on and speak to my client about before we handle this MTR. Since she's started correcting and making positive motion on the MTR, we're asking the court to grant the $20,000 bond.
All right, what are the allegations in the motion to revoke?
Most of the allegations, Your Honor, are testing on the portable breath test. And I think she didn't apply for her classes. But we think that there's an issue with the machine.
All right, does anyone have a copy of the motion to revoke?
No, Judge, we're trying to get that for you.
Sorry, Jed, I only have it on my phone if you want to entertain that.
No, that's okay. Thank you.
No.
Does she have a vehicle?
She does not have, you don't own a vehicle, right? She doesn't have a vehicle.
No, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Yvette Martinez.
All right, do you have a vehicle?
I do not.
All right, why was there this long pause?
I'm not driving it, but there is a vehicle under my name, so one of my family members could drive the car. But it's for me until I get out of probation.
Where is this vehicle?
It's at my uncle's house.
Does she have access to the vehicle?
Yeah, my understanding she does. She gets help from a friend that drives her and Roger.
Yes.
And he is present, but he's in shorts. So I left him in the hallway.
He's here.
All right. So do you have access to the vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's state, are you aware that she has access to a vehicle?
There you are.
All right, do y'all want to reconfer over what you all think the conditions on this bond should be?
Yeah, we're not objection. Since the vehicle's in her name, I'm not aware that we can agree to ignition interlock on the vehicle.
Do y'all want to confer? Off the record? All right, if you all will step back and confer, and we'll come back. Patricia Munoz.
Present.
All right, we're here for sentencing.
Yes.
Who's the prosecutor?
Myself, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2942, State of Texas versus Patricia Munoz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Is that the state, Your Honor?
Okay.
Anthony Cantrell, the defendant.
Can I argue, Ms. Munoz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest to count one on June 10th. Excuse me, don't talk behind the court reporter. That's okay. Y'all just ask the deputy to move you to the end. On June 10th, you entered a plea of no contest to count one. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court deferred finding of guilt as you had applied for deferred adjudication. You entered a plea to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. State was silent on your application. And it appears that the punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 20.
Yeah, I believe counts from what I remember, state was silent and then range of punishment being up to 20, but I believe.
This is what you all have written.
I apologize. I'm close. I'm like, gosh, that's my bad. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, in the event that you didn't grant deferred, then yes, that would be the request below the line. Yes, Your Honor.
No. So your plea bargain agreement, according to what I'm reading, is her sentence is to be assessed at a cap of 20 years in the prison, and the state is silent on her application. Is that what I'm reading here?
That's right. And then I'm just saying below the line, Your Honor, just what we had written. In the event that it was, that would be the request or the ask.
All right, let's go off the record for a moment. It's like the Celine Dion song. It's all coming
It's
back
all
to me.
coming back to me now, Judge.
Yeah.
Let me write this. Your Honor, just give me, I apologize, 30 seconds
No
max.
problem.
And Your Honor, I hope it's okay. We also dated it too, just to show
No.
clarity on our part.
That's it. All right, we're back on the record. So that the plea bargain can be clear. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is going to be silent on your application for deferred adjudication. So that means they are not going to tell the court that they want you to have deferred, and they're not going to tell me that they don't want you to have deferred. They're saying that if I don't grant your application for deferred adjudication, the most time I can sentence you to is 4 years. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. What I just explained to you, do you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections to the state and your attorney adding that as a part of the plea bargain agreement?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report? State.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any witnesses? State.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Just my client.
All right. You may inquire.
Please state your full name for the record.
Patricia Nicole Munoz.
And Mr. Munoz, have you ever been convicted of any other felony?
No.
And did you recently obtain your children in civil court?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
5.
And are you taking care of them yourself?
Yes.
Do you have help from your mother and grandmother?
Yes. I do.
Mother-in-law.
Yes, I do have a very good support system.
Have you done things in civil court to help you with respect to taking care of your children
Yes, I have.
and helping yourself?
Yes, I have.
Did you complete the family violence prevention services?
Yes.
And you did this on your own, right?
Yes.
And are you in elite counseling at this time?
Yes, I am.
And have you done this on your own also?
Yes.
And that was also suggested by the civil courts that you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't have a family violence case though, do you?
No, sir.
With respect to drug use, when was the last time you used any drugs?
In 2018.
And so you've been clean since then?
Yes, sir.
And who do you work for now?
For Santana Primary Healthcare
And how long have you been working with them?
for more than 10 years.
So that's the only job you've ever had?
Yes, sir.
And you still have that job to this day?
Yes, sir.
How has your life changed without your the father of the kid that was Child Protective Services was involved in, with him being out of the picture and you taking care of the children yourself?
Taking accountability for my actions, bettering myself for my children as well as myself. Just having a good support system, and pretty much just trying to better my life for me and my children.
So with respect to this case in itself, there was an issue with one of the boyfriends, one of the girlfriends of the person you were dating at that time?
No, it's actually his niece.
I'm sorry, you need to speak up.
It was my daughter's father's niece.
And she was saying bad things about you.
Yes.
And that was because you were having the child custody issues?
Yes.
And you regret what happened in this case?
Yes, I do.
And if the judge were to give you deferred adjudication, will you follow all the rules and regulations, everything that she asks of you?
Yes.
As witness.
Any questions?
Silent.
No questions, Your Honor.
How many children do you have?
I have 5.
What are their ages?
9, 7, 5, 4, and 1.
All right, and who's helping you take care of these children?
I am. I have my mother and I have my mother-in-law as well that are helping me.
And is the CPS case still open?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right. And do you have documentation that she's doing well in CPS?
Judge, I know that she was awarded custody of the children and they're trying to terminate the father's, one of the fathers who was involved in the CPS matter because he was not getting involved in that. I don't have the documentation with me at this time.
All right, so who's your CPS worker?
Angie Steinel?
All right, if y'all want to call the CPS worker, see if the CPS worker wants to zoom in so that I can ask some questions. All right, so if y'all step back, I'm sure she has the CPS worker's number.
Can be my drug court monitor?
All right, we're back on the record in 2023 CR 1876 State versus Yvette Martinez. Have both parties had a chance to confer on the bond issue?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, any changes or requests for changes?
Only the addition of ignition interlock on the vehicle.
All right, and for the record, the court is aware of Ms. Martinez's any drug issues or mental health issues because she's on probation for this court, and those are things that I need to address when setting the bond. All right, the bond will be set at $20,000. I'm going to order ignition interlock, and that's to be until further notice. Ignition interlock must be installed no later than Friday,
Believe Friday the 9th, Your Honor.
no, it needs to be installed this week.
Judge, today's Thursday, she'll be in custody. I doubt she'll be released till tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yes.
I mean, I'm just like, what's happening?
All right, August 6th. So no later than Tuesday, August 6th. Any other conditions requested?
No.
Any other conditions requested?
No, Your Honor.
Do you need any other conditions set for you so that you can be successful on bond and on probation?
I just need to be able to, the device that I had, I was blowing into it. I know that's like already far gone, but I think it was like malfunctioned or something like that.
All right, let me just tell you,
Oh.
I'm not taking any of the violations in
Oh, that's right.
the motion to revoke is true. I just needed to view that in order to set conditions. But allegations in your motion to revoke is that you have been skipping tests. So skipping tests does not equal a malfunction of the machine. That's you not testing. Do you understand?
Yes,
The judge asked, do you need any other help while on this bond as a condition?
as far as going.
Just as the.
All right, and we need to set this for hearing. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
I need a date.
August 19th?
August 19th, this case will be heard. And if it's going to be contested, it will be on August 19th. Ms. Ferguson, if you'll give her a reset form, please.
Sure.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
They don't want to sign this. Okay.
Norma, what page is she on?
She's off docket judge.
Okay, thank you. Manuel Botello. Manuel Botello?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, it's a client hearing.
All right. Yes, let me find you. How are you doing this morning?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
H9.
All right, thank you.
Oh, we have to write on. And I need her,
If I may, Judge.
Yes.
A supplemental report was submitted to the court last week or the week before last,
Mhm.
given an overall status of the case. He was granted probation in 2016 for 6 years, and he's been extended for a total of 2 years. The things that are outstanding are, well, he was mandated to complete 200 community service hours. He's completed all but 37 of those community service hours, and we believe he still owes a balance of $3,664. None of that is restitution, Judge. He's explained to me that he's been having financial issues over the last couple of years with his health being one and maintaining employment.
Mhm.
And then he's been working off and on. So he is set to expire on 9/11. At this point, Judge, I don't know that he will have the means to pay off his fees. I'm just not quite sure it's going to even be possible, Judge. He reports on time, doesn't have any problems with reporting or any other compliance issues. All of his UAs have been negative. There hasn't been anything like
So
that.
then the issue with you is the community service hours. So if you do not want to be extended, you need to get those community service hours done. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So whether you're extended or not depends 100% upon you. Community service hours, focus on that. Get those done.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to get those done?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. Work out a plan. How many are you going to do a week? Or either if you're going to take off, see if you can do 8 a day. Just knock it out and you'll be done. Don't save it till the last. Don't procrastinate. And I can say that because we attorneys, we tend to procrastinate. So just say, when do I expire? And if you want to do two community service hours a day, then just do it. Knock it out. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else we can help you with?
The pay, the fees,
Listen to me
Yes, ma'am.
clearly. Concentrate on your community service hours. What did I just say?
gotcha. Concentrate on my community service.
Come up with a plan. Get your community service hours done.
Yes, ma'am.
Hear me clearly. If you do not get those community service hours done, you're gonna end up being extended. If you don't want to be extended, get the community service hours done. Do you hear me?
Gotcha.
All right, thank you.
That it?
Yes, that's it. Thank you for dressing appropriately.
Yes, ma'am. Can I say something?
Yes, sure.
I'm a fan, by the way.
Didn't have an email address?
You made my day. Larry Smith.
Present, Your Honor.
I don't know why we can't get good working equipment. And admin, they come down, they're giving me a laptop to use, but I kept telling them, I said, the laptop is failing, it's failing. Oh, no, it's fine. And then it's gone. All right. So, my understanding, CPS records are taken care of?
Yeah, right now we're waiting on some school records and counseling records, Your Honor.
Okay, school records. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
on Larry Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
let's recall this in 45 days. That should give everybody enough time.
Yes, sir.
Early September be fine, Judge.
All right. Oh, Mr. Deleon is saying early September.
I hope.
September 12th?
September 12th?
Or I can do September 19th.
He has to go to another county that
Okay,
doesn't
the
begin.
19th might be better, Norma, because we're gonna be in impact the week of September 9th, and
All right.
I foresee us being busy.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do the 19th.
All right, September 19th, and that will be your final date for discovery?
Judge,
Yes.
we also have a second matter, conferred with the prosecutor. We have an agreement on a bond reduction.
All right, let's have a hearing. All right, court is calling 2020 CR 3250, State of Texas versus Larry Smith. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Smith.
And are you Mr. Smith?
Yes.
All right, defense is requesting a bond reduction.
Yes, Your Honor, it's currently set at 150,000. At this point, the state's willing to go down to 100,000.
No objection.
All right, I have a few questions. Mr. Smith, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Larry Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, have you ever used any drugs in the past?
Yes.
And what would that be?
Marijuana, cocaine.
All right, when's the last time you used? How old, well, let me do it this way. How old were you when you started using cocaine?
Probably 25, maybe.
All right, how old are you now?
I'm 51.
All right, so what's the last year that you used cocaine?
Probably 2020.
All right, 2020, and how old were you? Oh, he doesn't know.
40s.
Okay, in your 40s.
Yeah.
So in your 40s was the last time you used cocaine?
Yeah.
That's yes.
Yes.
All right. Mental
sorry.
health issues. Have you ever received any diagnosis for any mental health issues?
No.
Have you ever seen a psychiatrist?
I think so.
All right, for what?
Well, I've been to Safe People before, so I don't know if that counts.
No, well, that's safe.
No, I haven't actually went and spoke with the psychiatrist. I don't think so, no.
All right. Has anyone in your family ever had any mental health diagnosis?
None.
All right. If you're released, do you have a place to live?
Yes.
And who would you be staying with?
My sister.
All right. And have you picked up the phone and asked her if you can stay there?
Not technically, but yes, I know I can.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
Well, if I was to release, that's where I would go, and we spoke about that, so.
And I've had contact with his sister as well. She's in the military at Camp Bullis, stable, has a very good job, Judge, and very supportive of her brother. So I have no doubt that she'll be taking him in.
All
yes,
right.
No issue at all.
Because a lot of times people will say, oh, I can stay with my mom.
Oh, no.
And but no, here's the thing. People say that because they feel as though their mom will allow them to do that.
Right.
They don't ask, they just assume.
Right.
So I don't want any assumptions because in this order, I'm going to put where you're supposed to be living. And if you're not there, guess what? I'm going to get a violation report and it's going to say you're not at the location. So that's why I always want people to tell me, yes, I've asked, I have permission, this is where I'm gonna be staying.
Well,
You
yes.
understand?
Yes, Your Honor. It's not an issue at all.
All right, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna set the bond at 100,000. There's to be no contact with minors. And both attorneys, you'll need to put the address where he's gonna be living.
I can give it to you now if you need it.
They'll write it in. Defendant is to reside with his sister. You all have written so much, I don't even have room. So he's to reside with his sister at. And do you all want GPS or no?
We would ask for GPS tracking.
All right, there's to be GPS tracking only.
And we just asked for the fees be waived, Judge.
All right, I'll ask that the fees are waived. And he'll have to do the GPS through the Bear County Jail, so you can coordinate with that with the clerks. All right, so if you all will fill in the location and the name of the party on that, please,
We will
and
do
sign off.
And that's all we have for the court.
All right. Then once you sign that, Ms. Ferguson, make sure he has a reset form, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. See. Picture of that.
Cheeseman, Tiana Cheeseman.
Yes, sure.
Hi, I haven't seen you in a while. How's the busy mom, soccer mom?
How you doing, Judge?
Great.
Good. Yeah, I have one in college,
Uh-huh.
one in high school, and then our oldest that you may recall we adopted from foster is 25 and married and living in Dallas.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a pre-med kiddo at Trinity, and then I have a one who's an avid guitar player who's going to switch over to NISA for the fall. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
It
pretty
is
crazy.
time like moves so fast. I remember when they were tiny.
Tiny, yes. Yes.
All right. So what is happening with this case?
Your Honor, this is my client, Tiana Cheeseman.
Mhm.
And I have requested that we do a change in bond conditions. Mrs. Cheeseman has been residing out of the house for approximately 6 months. She's been living in her mother's house. Her mother has moved in with my client's husband, who is present today, and their children.
All right, State, are you going to have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's go on the record. Court is calling NIMAG number 756623, State of Texas versus Tiana Cheeseman. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Allie Jackson.
Defense?
Sherry Dye on behalf of Tiana Cheeseman.
And are you Miss Cheeseman?
Yes.
All right, so defense is here to alter bond restrictions.
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, she has a no contact order with the felon in question. She's asking that it be changed to no harmful or injurious. I've been talking with Ms. Dye. She's been keeping up to date with the CPS case as well. CPS is okay with it if I'm okay with it. Her mother has been living in the home, well, she stays in her mother's home, to help out her husband with the children. And they've been taking care of the kids and ensuring that she follows everything with CPS. So at this time, we're willing to change it to no harmful so she can start having supervised visitation through CPS. She's also been going to counseling and working the classes with CPS at this time.
Your Honor, actually, our request was that she be able to move back in the
Oh,
home.
yes, that's right.
So here's my question. Can somebody get on the phone with CPS and have them zoom in?
Sure.
All right, let's have CPS workers zoom in, then we'll take care of this.
Yes.
Richard Ruiz. Richard Ruiz.
My answer, Judge, I would like to apologize that the release has gone shorts.
All right,
This is his first time being back in court since he's been on probation.
okay.
All
right.
The boosters.
So Mr. Ruiz, next time you come to court, you're not allowed to wear shorts, okay?
Sorry.
No, apology accepted, I understand. Let me see what's going on here. All right, so, Mr. Ruiz, what's going on with you? Is there some issue with employment?
No, I'm working now.
You're working
Yes,
now?
ma'am.
Oh, congratulations. So
Finally.
what do you do?
I mean, I'm a model, but I was working when I first got on,
Mhm.
probation. I've been working, but they laid me off because they changed management.
All right, so now you're back to working?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now here's the other question. They want to maybe amend your conditions to include intensive outpatient treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're drug tested today, what would your results be? Here's the thing, just be honest with me because I'm trying to,
Probably 30. I mean, I haven't done anything, but I know from what he told me last week to stop the prescriptions.
so,
So Judge, this report was submitted to the court last week.
mhm.
And Mr. Ruiz indicates that he was using prescriptions and, some other things to help him. And, he says that he's completely stopped that and he understands that, he's not allowed to use any of those substances while on probation.
All right, so what did you need help with that you were using these other substances for?
My neck and my back.
All right, so the thing about that, one, the medication that you were using, was it prescribed to you or someone else?
Someone else.
All right, you can't be doing that because when doctors, supposedly, when they're prescribing medications, guess what? It's for the other person and they know what type of medications they're on and what will interact and negatively impact them.
Yeah.
They're not expecting people who don't have that prescription to use it. That's very dangerous. So if there is a medical issue that you have, I know it's expensive, but go to the emergency room. And I know the emergency room is not supposed to be primary care, but sometimes that's all people can do.
Right.
They wait till they break down, then they go to the emergency room. But if you're having those issues, go to the emergency room. Because really, pain medication to take care of pain, sometimes it's just masking what the problem is. So you won't feel it. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him do 60 sober meetings in 60 days. And probation, is there someone he can be referred to with regards to these health issues that he has? Or does he just need to go to the hospital?
He needs to go to a doctor.
All right, so you're going to have to go to the doctor. There's University Hospital. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to do that. But you're not allowed to take other people's medication because if you test positive, a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Talked about it.
Is there anything else?
Did you want him to do the intensive outpatient treatment? He did do the supportive outpatient treatment, successfully completed that in April.
Do you need intensive outpatient treatment? Do you need help?
We talked about it, yes.
All right, we'll do intensive outpatient treatment.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, if you need something, let the court know. Do not take other people's meds, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You can have a seat where you're sitting.
Sorry about one short.
Oh, no problem. Apology accepted. Dean Delgado.
Your Honor, if I may approach.
Yes.
Yes, this is an MTR. We got it set for today.
Where's Mr. Delgado?
Oh,
Delgado, come forward.
And defense counsel, she needs to know your name.
oh, I'm sorry. Ron Zimmerman. I was appointed to represent
What are you
Mr.
requesting, counsel?
Oh,
Let's
reset.
get to the point. All
Reset.
right, why do you need a reset?
I was appointed to represent Mr. Delgado on the 17th, I believe, of July on 2 new number ones. And I have not had, I've had some time to review the cases, but have not had an in-depth review of the case.
All right, this is the last time this case will be continued. Ms. Ferguson, State, do you have witnesses here today?
Not present in the court, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for a contested. There will be no further resets.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, Your Honor, if I could, I am, filed a notice, that I'm going to be out of town between actually today and the 12th. So if we can do it after the 12th.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set it for a contested after the 12th, please.
I'll do the 26th.
All right,
26th.
August 26th. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, the CPS caseworker has zoomed in.
Yeah, excuse me.
You may be excused. Yeah, I'm sorry, counsel, what's your client's name? I'm trying to find.
Cheeseman?
Ms. Cheeseman? All right, Ms. Villegas, if you could unmute and start your video, please. Hello. Thank you. We're back on the record in Night Mag 756623, Tiana Cheeseman. And this is the caseworker?
Yes, Your Honor, it is. And I apologize. I caught her off guard. So she's actually out on a visit. So she's outside of a house. So
No
I told her it
problem.
was
I
fine.
love when caseworkers do visits. All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please, Ms. Villegas? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
My name is Brittany Villegas.
All right, and what is your occupation?
I'm employed by DFPS. I am an FBSS worker with the department.
All right, and are you the caseworker who's handling or reviewing the case involving Tiana Cheeseman?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, and are you her caseworker or the children's caseworker?
I am the caseworker for the family. I meet with everybody in the family.
All right, do you have any fear with her being in the household with the children?
I do not.
All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any questions? How often do you go to visit the children in the household?
I visit them monthly in the household, and also at school. So about twice a month.
All right. So if I allow Ms. Cheeseman to move back into the home, do you have any objections to that?
I do not have any objections with that.
All right. And can you ensure the court that you will, one, still visit the children at the home and also visit the children at the school, which would mean you're visiting them at least twice a month?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other questions?
Yes, just one. Are you requiring any form of a safety plan to be in the home other than Mr. Cheeseman at this time?
No, for now it would be Mr. Cheeseman, and what we have spoken about before is once Mrs. Cheeseman is back in the home, we would utilize her support system, which is her husband, and then also have her mother check in.
Okay, so she only needs to, Mrs. Cheeseman's mom only needs to check in. She does not need to actually reside there, correct?
Yes, correct. But if Mrs. Cheeseman, the safety plan will say that all contact will need to be supervised, as of now at least, with the kids. So if Mr. Cheeseman's not there, I would ask that her mother would be there.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, caseworker Villegas.
Thank you.
All right, you're excused. Oh, well, before you leave, let me let you know what the court's order is so there'll be no violations, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors.
Okay.
So that will follow CPS recommendation that there's always an adult there.
Okay.
Caseworker, you have agreed that you will at least see the children at least 2 times a month, once in the home and once in the school, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And there should be no harmful or injurious contact with minors.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I apologize, Your Honor. When the court refers to minors, they are specifically referring to the minors of the family, correct? Because Ms. Cheeseman's job does require that she interact with minors every once in a while.
All right, so what is her employment?
She's a nurse.
That's fine, Your Honor, that it just be with her children.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
So we'll do no harm or injurious contact with defendant's minor children. No unsupervised contact with defendant's minor children. Villegas, is there anything that I need to put in the order for CPS?
No, ma'am. Mrs. Cheeseman has been working with the department really well, so there's nothing that I need court ordered.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for all that you do. I know it's a difficult job, and you all are not paid enough, but thank you.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye. Is there anything else?
That's all, Your Honor. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Jonathan Olague? Olague? I don't know. All right, what is happening with this case?
Sentencing straight, Your Honor?
Sentencing, that's correct.
Sentencing?
Yes, sure.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 6015, State of Texas versus Jonathan Olague. Olague, can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Carl Basil, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Olague?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, you entered a plea of no contest on April 18th. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison, and the state is taking in consideration 4 cases, and they're the conditions of affirmative finding of family violence and no contact. Yes. All right. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor, the state has.
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Any witnesses?
No objection, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. The only thing I have in addition to the PSI, Your Honor, is a letter that was submitted by one of the family members that they tried to interview. They weren't able to interview. It's an email, actually. I've
Any
provided
objections to the court reviewing the
a
letter?
copy to the state already.
No objections.
All right, the court has reviewed the letter from Valerie Medina. All right, I'll hear argument
Yes, Your Honor.
unless there's any witnesses.
No, there's
All
no
right.
witness other than, I think the PSI, Your Honor, is very detailed.
Mhm.
They interviewed all the family members that I know of, except for Ms. Medina, which provided that. They're all in favor of Jonathan having community supervision. As the court can see, it's a very lengthy PSI. He had a very traumatic thing that happened to him a few years ago, where the mother of his children went into the kitchen in the house and shot and killed herself. After that, it's been a downhill spiral for him. He's been into drugs. He's been doing meth and drinking, and it's been downhill that led up to this. Before that, he actively was employed. He worked at UPS for many years, was active in working and taking care of everything, raising the family. After that, as the court could see, it's the drugs took over, and mental health issues also that he had in addition occurred and led up to the incident here, where there was clearly a wrong incident where there was a knife involved and police were shown. He was actually shot, Your Honor, by the police during this confrontation. He's understands that what he did is wrong, and he's asking the court for help, and he needs help. He understands. If you look at that, he was very honest with them, telling how much meth he had been smoking and drinking that day. And in fact, he stated he doesn't really even remember that much about it. He was so high on meth. So there's no question he has a problem with that, Your Honor. He's asking the court to help. He has been worked up and been approved for DDR-F and for the MIC unit. So we're asking the court to grant deferred and give him the treatment that he needs so that he can get his life together, get out and help take care of his children that he has.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. And as is of course included with the stipulations, this is wherein the defendant assaults his partner, his girlfriend inside the house, hitting her on the thigh, pulling her hair, striking her in the face. Officers arrive on scene, and then they witness the following events. Chasing the defendant, he basically grabbed his sister. She was able to break away. He grabbed his mother, put a knife to her neck, used her as a shield, if you will. And then he raised his knife as if to stab her, and that is when officers went ahead and discharged their firearm. There were multiple officers on scene. This is happening in real time while they're chasing him through the alley. the state absolutely understands the trauma wherein his partner, the mother of his daughter, shot herself, and he's going in the room and experiencing that trauma, and the state understands that. But in the PSI, it's multiple mentions of this being nothing but a misunderstanding and a lack of accountability. So the state would respectfully request incarceration, and we believe this person is a danger to the community and a danger to himself and his family.
All right, Mr. Olague, is there anything you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jonathan Daniel Olague.
All right, what would you wish to say?
I would say, Your Honor, that it was, if you give me a chance to be a law-abiding citizen, I can do the probation. That day, I wasn't trying to hurt my family at all. I was just trying to run away from the law. The knife wasn't no open blade. No one got cut. No one got stabbed. No one got hurt. No one got anything at all with the knife. I had to protect the sheet over the knife, and I had no intentions of hurting my loved ones.
So why did you put a knife to their throats?
I didn't mean to. Like, my mom's short. I hugged my mom. I hugged my mom and looked down. I didn't really try to hurt her at all.
Okay.
And I had to protect the sheet on the knife, so there was no way she was gonna get cut at all. And then I just hugged my mom, looked down, and then I got shot, and that was the end of it. But I wasn't.
So you're saying you were just intending to hug your mom with a knife at her throat?
Wow, she was short. I didn't mean to put the knife in her throat at all.
Okay. Why were you hugging her with a knife in your hand?
Because it was just, it was like a little boy crying to his mom, like, help, help, really, because I was scared because I had a gun pointing at me the whole time.
But why were the police there in the first place?
Because me and my ex-girlfriend got in a fight, and I left the scene. I already diffused the situation, and I was walking to the store, and then that's when the cop confronted me. And if you see in the body cam, I was walking away to the store, and that's when the cop, told me, hey, and I thought it was someone else. I turned around, I took out the knife, and then I saw it was a cop. He pointed his gun. I put the knife back in the sheet, and that's when I ran. And that's what led to everything. But I didn't try to hurt my sister at all, or my mom. I was just running away.
All right. Any questions, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any questions, state?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. And Mr. Olague, I want you to know that I have listened to everything that you said. I always read everything very carefully, and sometimes I'll reread things as well. The court is going to deny your application. Court will find you guilty, sentence you to 12 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Ashley Prieto, Valerie Medina, Andrea Olague. The court will take in consideration 2023 CR 6014, 2023 CR 6016, 2023 CR 6017, and 2023 CR 6018. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm requesting the mental health unit for you. I cannot force them to place you in that unit because I don't have jurisdiction to force them to do that. But it will be in the judgment. You can ask for it. If you don't ask for it, they're not going to consider it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. All right, the persons with the CPS caseworker, your CPS caseworker has zoomed in.
Excuse me.
Yes, thank you. And I believe that is,
It's, Angie Steinow is the
no, your client's name,
Patricia Munoz.
Patricia Munoz. All right, could I have the parties on Patricia Munoz, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're back on the record in 2024 CR 2942, State of Texas versus Patricia Munoz. We do have the caseworker by Zoom. Could you pronounce your name for me, please?
Angie Steinow.
All right, Ms. Steinow, if you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Angie Steinow?
Do you know Ms. Patricia Munoz?
Yes, I do.
All right, are you the caseworker involving her family case?
Yes, I am.
All right, are you her caseworker, the children's caseworker, or the family's caseworker?
The family's caseworker with Family Drug Court.
All right, can you tell me what is her status in drug court? How is she doing?
Ms. Munoz is almost completed the Family Drug Court program. She has successfully been engaging in individual counseling, family and group counseling with her domestic violence and her substance abuse treatment. She has been randomly drug tested throughout the duration of the case, including hair follicles, which she has tested negative. She also has been reunified with her children since May the 3rd, and the department has done very frequent visits, almost weekly and bi-monthly for the last couple of months. And she's been compliant, doing really well.
When is she due to expire from or graduate from your drug court program?
I believe it's the end of this month. She is in the stage 5 of Family Drug Court, which is the last stage.
And do y'all provide aftercare after graduation or no?
Yes, we do. And she also has a sponsor and a relapse plan.
And how long is your aftercare after she graduates?
It's at least 6 months, and she will continue to do NA meetings.
And in your aftercare program, how often are you all still supervising, viewing the children to see that everything is going well?
We don't particularly observe the children, as CPS will be closing out their case as well. So that will be Ms. Munoz going to the continued aftercare program on her own.
All right, so then in your aftercare program, how do you specifically supervise Ms. Munoz?
She will continue to report to her, one of the counselors at Elite Counseling.
And how often does she report to Elite Counseling in the aftercare program?
Twice a month.
All right, and if there are any issues with her reporting in Elite Counseling, are you all made aware of that?
Yes, we are.
All right, any other questions?
Nothing from the state.
No, Your Honor.
All right, a final question for me then. Do you think she would be a danger? I'm assuming you all don't think she would be a danger to her children, otherwise you would not be closing out the case. But do you have any concerns about her interaction with the children, or any concerns for her children if she were allowed to be placed on probation in this court?
No, I don't.
All right, do you think there are any conditions that this court should set to make sure she stays on the right path?
No.
All right. Anything else? All right, thank you. Thank you for zooming in.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. All right, court's going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. I always ask for parenting classes, but if you completed parenting classes, you'll just need to provide the parenting classes that you've completed through Family Drug Court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 40 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
Judge, may I interject on that? Is what she has been doing for the last 10.
Doing what?
Healthcare provider.
And her whole life she's been doing it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't allow people to be healthcare providers when they're on probation in this court. If you want to be a healthcare provider, then there needs to be notice given to whoever you're employed with saying, I know this is what she's charged with. I know she's on probation for this amount of time, and the person that you're providing the health care for also needs to be made aware of that. And I need that in writing saying that they have no problem. Otherwise, you're not allowed to do it.
Yes, sir.
And let me just tell you, I'm not treating you any differently than anyone else. The reason why I do that is because sometimes these home health care providers, they would just hire people. They go into people's homes. Nobody knows if this person is on probation, has a theft, has an abusive history, and they're leaving them with somebody vulnerable. So I'm not going to allow her to be a home health care provider probation unless she provides a letter from her employer, and that employer states, and it's notarized, that they're aware that she's on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and they're aware of her criminal history. And whomever she is providing the health care to, the individual, they need to provide a notarized letter saying, we know that she's on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Here's her history, and it needs to be notarized, and they have no objections. Otherwise, she will not be able to do that.
Understood.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. You can do the UA or the patch. Probation will explain to you the patch costs more. There's to be no contact with Miranda Medellin. And for the record, the court did not receive any documentation in the PSI from Miranda Medellin. And there's also to be no contact with Renee Vasquez II. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. If you provide proof that you completed parenting classes through family drug court, that will be deemed satisfied, and the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Field visits, one time per month for 4 months. And that one time per month is to begin November of 2024. I'm trying to time it a little bit, probation, with when CPS ends their contact with her. There is to be drug treatment, or I should say continued drug treatment with elite counseling. And you're to report 2 times per month with them. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed
Judge.
to own.
There is no family violence in this case.
No, there is. No, there is.
She's not related to any of those people. And we
There is.
we discussed that. We discussed that last time, also. Prior.
Yeah. This is the niece. These are all family members. And she said it's the niece of the father of her child. Did she not say that?
Yes.
These are family members. So there is an affirmative finding of family violence. And because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with regards to the affirmative finding of family violence, it's in the family code. I follow it. If for some reason people believe my interpretation of the family code is incorrect, we can always revisit that. But for now, my interpretation of the family code is this is an affirmative finding of family violence. And my hands are tied. I can't say I'm not going to have an affirmative finding of family violence. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're off the record. Make sure you stay in contact with your probation officer. If there's an issue, let the court know and we'll take it up. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yes, we're ready on Mr. Rodriguez.
Michael Rodriguez. All right. Mr. Buck, where are we on this case?
Just there are some new unindicted cases we're still getting information on.
All right, what are these unindicted cases? Do we know what the charges are?
There are multiple. One is, there's a felon in possession, there's a theft. Those are the two that I can recall off the top of my head.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall this and I'm gonna recall it in 45 days. That should be, is that enough time for everyone?
Yeah, I think so.
And Mr. Blanc, are you on all of the cases?
I believe I'm on, I think I'm on everything. The one thing I wasn't sure about the felon in possession, but I think that we verified that I was.
All right.
And there's a question about the remand without bond on that, so I'm trying to figure out why he's remanded without bond on that matter. That's the only thing we're kind of unsure about at this point.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, Mr. Rodriguez, if I can have a 45-day reset, please.
I can do the 9th.
19th?
The 19th of
That's fine.
September.
And we're going to be filing a motion to set a bond on the felon in possession of a weapon, and hopefully we can get that heard before the 19th of September.
Oh, yes, just file it.
I'm going to
and
file it
come in.
today. Yes, Judge.
All right, so we're gonna come back on September 19th.
And you just, who's your client?
Michael Rodriguez.
Okay, you thought it was Julie.
Omar Landrick. Landon Kendrick.
We're here, Your Honor.
And we'll
No,
come
thanks, sir.
we'll come back to court before then.
Your Honor, this is a 90-day writ. So.
Willie Fields.
Have a seat. Mr. Kendrick is present.
All right, Landon Kendrick.
Your attorney, lead your attorney. I don't know where he's at. Oh, which one was?
Well, we were waiting for DeBrail's attorney. When do you want to recall it?
Over there. Judge, I can do the 8th, or do you want me to bring it back on the 12th?
Miss DeBrail, excuse me. Can you guys just step over here one quick second? Step over here one quick second. Your attorney's in a jury trial in another county. So, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is your work schedule?
When do you need me to come back? I make my own schedule on the AGM.
Okay. All right, she makes her own schedule. That's a good thing. Ms. Ferguson, when do you want to bring her back?
I can do August 12th, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on August 12th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. If you all will come back. And counsel, you're requesting a bond in each of these cases?
Yes, we're requesting a personal recognizance bond.
All right, court is calling NIGHTMAC number 761721 and 761718, State of Texas versus Landon Omar Kendrick. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Arlene Gay for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Kendrick?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, in each of these cases, defense counsel has filed a motion requesting bonds, and she's requesting a PR bond. And in her motion, she states that the defendant has been in custody for over 90 days without indictment. State, has he been in custody for over 90 days without indictment? Mhm. Do you all have a proposed agreement?
Don't believe we have an agreement. The state would recommend that on the PG1 bond be reduced to $500 and on the per building it be reduced to $1,500.
All right, you want to call your client as a witness with regards to the bonds he can make?
Well, he cannot make any bonds. His mother is here. I've talked to her about the bonds they can make.
All right, does anybody want to call a witness?
Sure, I'll call his mother.
All right, who's his mother, if you'll come forward, please?
Kendrick.
Hello. Hi. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Yes. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Darlene Kendrick.
All right. Defense?
Mrs. Kendrick, Landon is your son, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And, does Landon have a bank account?
I'm not aware of one.
Okay. Does he have any money at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
He was living,
Okay.
he was living on the street prior to this.
Okay. And, can you afford the bonds? We've talked about it. Is that something that you can bond him out?
That is not something I can do at this time.
Okay.
You're talking about the 23,000?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can't do that at this time.
Okay. And, have you attempted to bond him out on these two felonies, which the total is 20 and then 3,000 for the misdemeanor?
Okay.
But we're just dealing with the felonies today. Have you attempted to get the money together to bond him out?
It's difficult for everyone I have tried.
Okay. And, are you asking the court to grant a PR bond?
I am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
Yes, what do you do for a living?
I am retired, but I write. I do write. I'm on Amazon. I write poetry. But that's about it.
So probably nothing that I've read.
I don't think so. You might. Okay. And nobody else seems to be either.
So are you living off of savings or do you have
Social Security.
And I know that we're broadcasting, so I won't try to get into too much detail, but what in general is your monthly income from Social Security?
A little over 1,500.
And what are your expenses per month?
About 1,200.
You really only have about $300.
Right. I'm very frugal.
That's non-essential.
Right. Well, yeah, because when I say 1,200, I mean, everything that the electricity, utility, the water, everything is in that 1,200. It's not just rent.
Speaking of which, do you pay rent or do you have a mortgage on your?
I do. I pay rent.
Okay. You are here, where is Mr. Kendrick's father?
He is somewhere in the Fort Worth, Dallas area.
And has he been contacted?
He is aware. He is aware, but he hasn't been a president in Landon's life for over 30 years.
Probably not gonna change now, is it?
God is good. It could happen.
Could have his road to Damascus moment, but probably not.
Probably not.
Pass the witness.
I have no further questions.
All right, I just have a few questions.
Yes.
If he is released, where will he be staying? Will he be staying with you or someone else?
He'd be staying with his older brother, who lives in Converse.
All right, and do you know, have you all talked to the older brother and he's okay with him staying with him?
Yes, my son, yes.
And she brought the address and the telephone number
Okay.
for us today.
He was able to make it do the work.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much for coming down and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. One other thing. Because these are drug cases, is there an issue with your son with any drug use? And the reason why I ask that is because, one, he is going to get a bond set today. And my job is to set conditions so he can be successful on bond and improve his life. So if there are any drug issues in the past or currently, that's something I need to know about so I'll know whether to give him treatment or not, okay?
Okay, you talking about with him?
Yes.
You're asking me?
Yes.
He has had drug problems in the past.
All right. Any mental health issues?
He does have has had mental health issues.
Has he ever seen a doctor for that?
He has. His medications, he should be on medications.
Do you know if that's through the Center for Healthcare Services or no?
It is.
Okay, he's saying yes. Your mom can answer. She's doing great by herself. Okay. All right. So we have the drug issues. We have the Center for Healthcare. Does he have any children?
He does.
Do you know how old they are, their ages?
Jessie is 6. Well, she'll be 6 this month.
Okay.
She's very active in I'm a hands-on grandma.
Oh, awesome.
So,
all right. Thank you so much for giving me some insights into your son.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Come forward. this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to, and NIMAC number 761721, your bond is set at $20,000. The court will grant your PR bond,
Thank you.
waive fees. Defendant is to reside with, and that's going to be your brother, and you all will put that in. Thank you. You're going to reside with your brother. You're not allowed to reside anywhere else. If there are some issues that happen between you and your brother and you need to leave, of course, leave, but you need to call and let your officer know. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
And you're going to be reporting to a pretrial services officer. So you're to reside with your brother. And that's going to be in Converse. I'm going to order referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And I'm going to order random UAs, waive fees. And there's going to be 90 sober support meetings. In 90 days. And in the cause number ending in 18, your bond is set at $20,000. I'm going to grant your PR bond.
Thank you.
Waive fees. You to reside with your brother in Converse.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting. Are you referring to the NIMAC 761718?
Yes.
Did you say that the bond amount was 20,000?
Yes, that's what defense has in her motion.
It's 5, Your Honor.
All right, it's at 5,000.
It's 15,000 on the burglary of the building and 5,000 on the possession of substance.
All right, the 18, is that the burglary?
Yes. Yes.
It is, Your Honor.
All right, so your bond in that case is at 15,000. The court will grant your PR bond. You to reside in Converse with your brother. There's going to be a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. There's to be random UAs, waive fees. There's going to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And in each cause number, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And that's going to be in place until you get on track. Anything else from either side?
Just want to make sure that the bonds are amount on the original one, because it's 20 total.
Well,
So
here's the thing.
15
It's a
is
PR bond, so
Okay.
it really doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
All right. So we're off the record. Here's the thing. Your mom is stepping up, and I'm sure she's being more than just a grandmother to your child. She's also being a mom as well. That's your job. So you need to step up. You need to get your life together. Stop using drugs. I know it's probably extremely hard, but if you don't want to do it for yourself and improve your life for yourself, which everybody should do it for themselves, but if you don't want to do it for yourself, say, you know what? I'm doing it for my child. You understand?
I do understand, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, excuse Your Honor.
Are we ready on Contreras?
Okay.
You ready on Contreras?
Judge, I was hoping, I was asking probation if there was a way for him to be drug tested. And I'm told there's not.
No, there is not.
Would the court, he's on the ankle monitor. Would the court allow him to go take a drug test? So because I think that's, you talked earlier about problems with probation. I've been trying to get him to take a drug test with probation since he's been on bond. Probation has refused to allow him that opportunity.
No.
Because I mean, it's unfair to him, but he can't provide proof to the court that he's not on
No,
drugs.
he's either going to say.
Well, no, Judge, hold on.
Mhm.
It's unfair to him not to be able to present evidence to the court that he's not on drugs because probation has refused him the possibility to take a drug test.
Okay, so you have two choices.
No, Judge.
Safety or 4 years.
No,
That's where
Judge,
we
hear
are.
me out. It's unfair. This gentleman has an opportunity, has been asking probation for over a month to come take a drug test, as you told him to. You told us when we were here last time, go to probation and take drug tests. You told us that. We've been emailing this probation officer over and over and over. The court wants us to take drug tests. We've been unable to because they don't
I
ask.
don't want a drug test today.
Judge,
But I mean,
that's
if
not
y'all
the
want to
point.
give me a drug test, you can. But he's not leaving the court today. That's where we are. And the court is